Today we'll talk about bacteria disease. We're going to talk about Staphylococcus. Streptococcus pyogenes. So Streptococcus pyogenes. Okay, pyogenes. This pyo, which means it's pus, and genes is genetic. Okay, so Streptococcus pyogenes. This is you need to know is gram-positive, coccil, and chain. Okay, that's the characteristics. And this one, well, it is beta hemolytic on blood agar. It is beta hemolytic. So completely hydrolyzed blood cells. We will mention this real quick. Okay, this pathogen, we call it group A Streptococcus. So group A strep. Now why we say that? We call it group A strep. Now this is group A, which is we call it Rebecca Lancefield group. Okay, this Rebecca Lancefield group is based on the antigen-antibody reaction of the Streptococcus extract and then do the experiment in rabbits and then do the serological typing. So Rebecca Lancefield group, which is basically three examples. Group A, Streptococcus pyogenes. This is Streptococcus pyogenes. Group B, we mentioned yesterday, is we call GBS, Streptococcus agalactiae. So that is Streptococcus agalactiae. And the group D, that is Enterococcus faecium. Enterococcus faecium. Enterococcus, Enterococcus faecium. Faecium. So that is an example. Okay, so we want to mention something later on. That's called the group A strep. Now, Streptococcus pyogenes, a very typical symptom is called strep throat. This is everybody knows. And the risk group, actually very typical, is people at 5 to 15 years old. Now, I also want to mention this pathogen, when they go to the body, it's very invasive because they have a lot of enzyme. So it is very invasive. Now, at the beginning, you will see some of the rash on skin. This gave a terminology called impetigo. Okay, some rash on the skin. Second step, it will be penetrate and a little bit inside of the skin. It looks like these bee house, okay, which is damaged underneath tissue. This is called cellulitis. Second, third, then they become strep throat. So strep throat is actually the third stage. Now at the same time, I mentioned 5 to 50 years kids, which is a risk group, they also could have strawberry tongue. T-O-U-N. Okay, they could also have a strawberry tongue. And I also want to mention, they will have something happens even you recover. So that's, we call it a sequela, which means the disease followed by the recovery of strep throat. Number one, we call it rheumatic fever. Rheumatic fever. Rheumatic fever, which means you have a fever with the bone junction, the pain of the bone junction. So that's called rheumatic fever. The second one is called, if we use the terminology, we call it glomerulonephritis. Nephritis. This is a kidney membrane system broken. So what happened is, you know that the protein, sugar, all the nutrients should not be passing through the kidney membrane. But the glomerulonephritis will let you pee, or your urine sample, you will see the protein or sugar, all those components. Okay, so that's how just let you know. Even you recover, you're still gonna show something. Okay, so that is for Streptococcus pyogenes. Now I also want to mention, sometimes where it really comes from, you also gonna come from, of course, the droplets. The respiratory droplets will be showing Streptococcus pyogenes, can be a transfer. But you don't forget about like the bites, cuts, and also like chicken pox, blisters. These also could be a place to generate the Streptococcus pyogenes. Now, since it's a strep throat, so the tonsil is the reservoir. Okay? So that's what we have for Streptococcus pyogenes. Okay, now next one, we're going to talk about Streptococcus agalactiae.